is just, whoops, hold on. Let's see, it's February the 17th, 2022, not 2020. Sorry about that last time, guys. And we're just going to go, I just want to go over the basic programs that we're trying to promote right now. And obviously, with everybody knows it's the watch, right? And so we've got what, 10 days? I call it 9 days to get some people interested in this watch, which is really making a big difference in a lot of our businesses. So I want to go over the watch a little bit, first of all, and then we're going to go over the ERC and then the PPPS. But first of all, the watch, you guys, anybody that has, and I know I've told a lot of you out there that are listening to get to your old contacts, anybody that you've got a V marketing positive response to, send them a text message and send them an email about the watch, right? It can't hurt. There's no way it can hurt, right? And that just makes total sense to me. These are our leads that we've received that are looking for something, and this may just tickle them the right way. I don't know for a fact, but I just think that, you know, maybe 1 or 2 or 3, I don't even know, but it just seems really smart to me to let them know about the watch. Okay. And like I said, we have a deadline. It's the 27th, but I say the 26th because there could be some banking problems where they have to verify their funds, and that may take a day, right? And it's not a big deal. It's just that you have to call your bank and say, hey, I verify my funds, don't worry about it, and then they put it through. So I wanted to go over that real quick, and then we're gonna, after I get through these 3 little things, then we're gonna have question and answer. But if anybody needs like that 10-minute video that Rory did on his rory3.com, I'll put that in the chat, or you can just go to rory3.com, go to the blockchain watch, and you will find that where you can distribute that to anybody that may be interested. Okay. I've been getting a lot of good feedback, and I've got people that are on the fence right now just by watching that 10-minute video. Because the credits that we get right this second are insane, right? Times it by 10, right? 1 to 10. That's crazy what he's doing at this point. So I've got people that are on the fence, and I mean, I'm hoping they'll sign up next week. We'll see. I don't know. Okay. With that said, I want to talk about the ERC credits, because a lot of people are getting confused of the ERC 20, which is the watch token, and the ERC credits. So the ERC credits is the earned retention credits from the federal government that we're putting out there, that this has a shelf life, right? Oh, I'm going to back up here. Sorry about this. This watch doesn't have a shelf life, right? Once we convert over to the 1 to 10, we're going to be going in a different direction to promote this watch, and it's going to be more on the mainstream of basically you know, like an Apple Watch or a Samsung watch or whatever, but it's better than that. So we're going to be converting over to that after the 27th. Okay, I just wanted to make that clear. Different direction, same direction, same, not as much credits, but it's still going to be awesome. Okay, ERC credits. They have nothing to do with the ERC 20 tokens. Absolutely nothing to do with that. I want to make sure that's clear with everybody, okay? Because these ERC credits are just it's a program that people can plug into that have been you know, they have been affected by the supply chain as well as COVID, and especially my favorite reference is like a restaurant. right? They were all affected by the supply chain and the COVID-19. And so this is something that's going to last for maybe a couple years. I wouldn't bet on a couple years. I would bet on a month, or excuse me, a year before the funds run out. Because once the funds are gone, they're gone, right? So if you're pushing the ERC credit program, then you need to realize that, time is not our friend at this point. We want to get, like Kathy did, a great presentation 2 weeks ago, which I thought was amazing. And it's all available. John has been really cool about putting that on the website so we can all go back and review that. But those ERC credits could definitely really help our incomes big time. I mean, my favorite story is my brother he works for a company that's 140 employees, 140. Okay, they were definitely affected by the supply chain. That's 1.4 million, say, give or take a little bit, and then my commission would be $1,400. Or what would that? I'm sorry, that's not the right math, but you guys can do the math, right? And then now I want to talk about the links for the ERC credits are in Cash Network Direct. And I want to make sure everybody realizes that, right? We don't have links basically for the PPPS, but we do have links for the ERC. And those are in Cash Network Direct. And that's where you guys need to find those. So if you don't know where to find them, get with your instructor. They'll show you where to find them. You can start pushing that out there. And like I said, these are the only three things that I'm dealing with right now that I'm trying to deal with. And then the last one is the PPPS, right? And this is the program where you can get on a one wire and answer phones and get up to $13 to $15 an hour, maybe even more, just by answering phones. And you can actually, the great thing about this is as the phone calls come in, you can still be working on your PBS, right? And then you have to take a phone call. Not a big deal, right? Then you have to take a break, take the phone call, do whatever you need to do. But this is something for a lot of retired people that are looking for something, they just want something to do, right? This is something where people that just, they don't have a job right now. Well, you can get 13 to 15 bucks an hour, and you set your own time, you set your own schedules, and you're guaranteed, the 13 to 15 bucks an hour. Yes, it's a 1099 thing, but that's even better because you're working from home and you can write off a home space, right? You can write off I don't know what the requirements are. I'm not a tax person, but you can write off, 500 square feet of your place. You can write off your phone. You can write off your computer. You can do all these things with the PPPS that I think is amazing. And it helps everybody grow their business while they're working their business, if that makes sense, right? So, like I said, that's what I wanted to go over. Those are the things that I'm pushing right now to everybody that I talk to. And so then now I want to open it up. I'm hoping this is kind of a quick little meeting, but we'll see. But I want to open it up for question and answer. So anybody that has a question, raise your hand and we'll try to answer the questions the best we can. So unless Sherry, do you have anything to say? I mean, you're the PPPS person in our group. So
actually, I do. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to add a little tidbit or so with respect to PPPS, because Nell has put on the MSI chat and asked that people not sign up on the portal before talking to she or Linda. It's okay to go ahead and schedule a date and time for the orientation on the schedule they send you. but don't go on into the portal because that takes them twice as long to get you out and get you back in the way you should be. So we want everyone to utilize it, enjoy it, but just follow the directions, put your date and time on the schedule, then wait and talk to one of them, and then they'll get you started in the portal. Okay.
Yeah, and thank you, Sherry, because that's something that I wasn't aware of. I just want everybody here to have all the right direction and information, if that's a direction that they're trying to go, right? So, and that's why I wanted to go over this today, because if whatever direction you want to go, then that's what we're here to answer, basically. So.
Okay, Stanley.
Yeah, I have a question about VIP with the new people that we bring in. Are they going to be experiencing part of that? Do they get a VIP like we do? Or do they have to be involved with the program already?
Yeah, great question. So anybody that buys a watch will be put into the VIP system, okay, automatically, a $500 value. Okay,
Yep.
so if they purchase a watch, even if they're not a VIP at this point, they will be grandfathered or basically put into the VIP system, so they will get any benefit for the VIPs moving forward, if that makes sense, right?
Okay,
And-
now, do they
Go
have to
ahead.
buy? Do they have to buy a website?
Yes,
Oh,
they have
yes.
to be involved in
They have to
PPS.
have a PBS.
Yes.
Oh, I
They have
thought
to
if
have
they
PPS.
bought the watch that they would just become a VIP because of the crypto training. On it.
No,
No.
Okay.
So
nope.
if they have a PBS, they will automatically be elevated into the VIP system, like I said, which is a $500 value.
Right.
If they don't have a PBS, then it really doesn't matter. There's no benefit regardless, right? So I hope that makes sense, Stanley. I mean, because there's no benefit if they don't have a PBS.
Right, but okay, so they need to buy the PBS and the watch. Is that do I understand that correctly?
Yes.
Very good, thank you.
Kim?
They don't have to buy the PBS though, if they're buying the watch for friends and family, right?
Right.
That's a bonus if they want to. That's almost a separate discussion within anybody that's not already in the system, I would think.
Yeah, and you're 100% correct, Robert. I mean, if they're not in the PBS, the VIP doesn't have any value to them. That's my point. But if they are in the PBS, then that upgrade is a big value to them. So that's kind of the point.
I think Stanley was just, and I think the way I was understanding that, like if I sell it to my sons or something, they don't have to get into the business. They don't want to be in the business. They don't want to hear about it. They just want the watch, say.
Correct. So they'll just get the watch and they get all the value of the watch.
Right.
All the value of the watch, everything
Mhm.
that we talked about.
Okay, thank you.
Well, I'm glad he asked that because that's not what I understood, and I probably just heard it wrong. I thought that the value that they would get as a VIP if they didn't have a PBS was the crypto training, all that Roy's bringing into the VIP world, since the watch mines crypto. But again, you're probably right, Pete. So thank you, Stanley, for asking.
Yeah, and believe me, guys, I love these questions for the most part, because we're not going to hold them back on the training about the crypto. But if they don't have PBS, there's nothing of value for them going forward, because without the PBS, it doesn't make any sense. but we will not hold them back on going to the Tuesday meetings or anything like that if they have the watch, right? So there's two things here is, yes, they get all the training they need on the watch, but on the PBS, there's no reason for them to get training, if that makes sense, right? Okay, Kim, what do you got?
James was first.
But that, yeah, James was first. I should be, but thank you. I'll talk anyway. I got a chance, so I'm
Yeah,
opening my
yeah,
mouth.
go ahead,
Thank you. But that's, I mean, Roy was very specific about that. This was a very limited offer, and it was a very special offer to those people that are in RRR 247 that are coming in to be upgraded at no charge, to give them the opportunity to get into the VIP process and to get on board with the different things that we have for income opportunities. And that's why he did this, okay? Because otherwise I would not be a happy little camper if anybody bought a watch, just automatically got to be a VIP and do all this stuff, because I'd be one mad little girl, okay? I'll tell you. But it's basically to give people that don't have that money, but that do want to invest in a watch, and it's an added incentive for them and just gives them those benefits. The other thing is, like they were saying, for people that come in, say they do come in and want to do PBS, I don't think Roy'd have a problem with upgrading them. If they got if they want to do the PBS in it right now while that offer's going, because he hadn't taken that offer away. But I'm gonna tell you, once that offer's gone, it's gone.
Yep.
It will not be, it's not an unlimited, even your students. If you've got students, you better get them on the ball getting it, because that offer will go away. Because he doesn't just raise you to VIP for nothing, you know, and especially without raising how much you're paying for your PBS. Okay, because instead of being grandfathered in at $29.95 or $39.95, you're paying $19.95 a month, not that for every 3 months. So keep that in mind.
Okay, James,
Okay.
you had something you wanted to add?
Okay, well, actually, what I wanted to ask was about as far as the PPPS, okay, Denise, she wants to do that. And I just want to make sure I understand correctly how I get her going on that. I make her Trello card and put it in on the PPPS or in the PPPS Trello board.
Yes, in
and
the right
then
column.
and then from there, what does she do?
From there, she doesn't do anything. They notify her. I first thought they were calling. They're not calling. They notify her by Gmail of the schedule and let her fill out a date and time that works for her. And then they set that up, the orientation, which they'll send her the Zoom link right before. And they get with her after that, because that's the first step.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I had it clear on how to get her going on that.
Aren't there different columns in that Trello board or where that you post it? So you have to put it in the correct one, as I.
Absolutely.
The
There's
The
one for
correct one, which
instructors,
is,
one for students, and one for people without a PBS.
Not students.
yeah, okay, well, okay, got it. So she would go in under, because she does have a PBS, so, all right.
My helper is coming here tomorrow, and she's very interested in doing this, but she's not involved in PBS at all. So I would just put her into there. She goes right to orientation, or is there something else she has to do beforehand? She doesn't do any questionnaire or nothing?
Sherry, you're
Can't
muted.
hear ya.
Sherry,
Sherry's muted. Unmute, Sherry.
Sorry, the way I understand it, Kim, is you put them on the board. You either make a new Trello card or you copy their original Trello card, which I did, but leave off all the comments, which I didn't know how to do. Now I do. So that, and put it in the right column on the PPPS Trello board. And then they just tell them to watch their email every day to see when they will send them the schedule to sign up for orientation. And when they sign up, they can sign up anything that isn't already filled up. Okay. And that's the first step.
and they don't pay right away for anything or doing anything or so I don't have to worry about explaining all that crap, right?
Right.
Okay.
One of the things I would recommend highly is that you tell them what the requirements are going to be for them to get involved as far as their computer system.
Computers
can
and
be a-
internet and all that stuff, right?
Right, 2 monitors, the headset and, you know.
Oh, 2 monitors? They require
Two
2 monitors?
monitors?
It's,
Or
You
a
don't
screen
have
big enough that
yeah,
you can
but
split.
mainly
screen.
it's, you need a good internet connection that's reliable. You need a certain level, you know, all that is in there for you. So you go review it so you can, when you're talking to them, you can give them. Because there's some people that, you know, just, oh, well, I don't, you know, I can't do it then.
Yeah, you have to have a direct wire connection from your computer to your internet. You have to have either a monitor large enough to split into 2 screens, or you have to have 2 monitors. And you have to have fast enough internet speed, and you have to have a minimum of 32 gigabytes of RAM. And that's pretty much,
Does anybody not have 32 gigabytes of RAM now?
yes.
I shouldn't say that because I have a student that I guarantee you she probably doesn't.
Mahunisa, could you unmute a minute? She's my student and I think she's going through the process.
Yes,
Can you-
hello?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hi,
Welcome.
can you shed any light on this? Because aren't, you're doing it, aren't you? Or you're still in the process?
Oh, I'm still in the process.
You're still in the process.
Yes, yes.
But they contacted you and did they do like a computer system analysis?
I just filled out the registration and then I told them to hold on for a while. So they said they will contact me again in a few months. So,
Okay,
yeah. There are some
Thank
things that's
you.
going on, so I needed some time.
right. Well, thank you.
Okay, is this helpful, Denise?
Yes,
do
it
you-
is.
Okay,
Sherry, do you know anything about, I know the IP and your phone has to be in your same state. It's from what I
Yeah.
understand, because you're calling now, and that's one thing that, and they said that, and I think someone said that they had their, student did a Google Voice.
Yeah.
For me, my Google Voice and my phone is in Montana
Mm.
and I'm in North Dakota.
I think that was a glitch early on, and they had them change the phone, you know, so that it would be in the same state with them. So I think that's what they did. I know it was a problem early on, but they got it worked through. The main criteria is, you know, having a hardwire internet connection as opposed to Wi-Fi, and either 2 screens or the ability to split 2 screens on your current one that's big enough to do that. So those are the biggies.
Yeah, that's
And
what
I'm
I
not
think.
sure
That
about the-
would be something that would hold me back because I don't have a North Dakota number.
Yeah,
Well-
and from what I understand too, Sherry, and you may know a little bit more about this, but it's just your IP address. So this is not, I mean, the PBS is, you can, anywhere with the internet connection, you can work from home. This is not the case, because once you disturb that IP address, then they're not liking that as much, right? So they just don't
Right.
want you to disturb that IP address. That has to be very stable, if that makes sense to everybody, right? So you
Right.
can't work from your house one day and then go do babysitting and work from your mother's or your whatever babysitting job the next day. That's not going to work. So it has to be one IP address to get the one wire and be able to receive those calls. So that's
Correct.
that's
Thank you.
the thing.
Right.
And that makes sense to me, right? I mean, it's got to be stable. Okay.
I'm stable, sort of.
All right, Denise, what do you got on your mind?
In regards to the PBS, can it be more than one in the household that can do it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. And another question I have is in regards to the ERC. How long does a business have to be established?
I think they have to, if I'm not mistaken, they have to have been established. I don't know that there's a length of time, but it has to impacted, COVID has to have impacted them in 2019 and 2020. Is that correct, guys, or is it 20 and 21?
Kathy's going to know more about that than us.
And Kathy, unfortunately, excuse me, Peter, but she
jumped ship.
It was from 19 to
She-
20.
okay, she was having really major storms, and she said if she lost out, that it wasn't because she hung up. She was going to have to, she would be having a problem due to those storms.
Yeah.
So
Here's one thing I want to tell everybody, and this is another thing I want to make crystal clear, is that we are offering ERC to everybody as a suggestion. We're doing the same thing with a lot of different products. We don't have to be experts at everything. So what I do is when I send an email out for the ERC, I say, hey, look, you just need to take a look and see for yourself if you qualify for this. And so Denise, I hope that makes sense to you, because I don't want to be an expert in the ERC stuff. I'm not a tax person. I don't want to get involved with someone coming back to me and saying, hey, you told me something that wasn't right. You told me that I could qualify if I did this. I don't want to get involved in that. So all we're doing is putting out information to people and having them take a look to see if they qualify. So I hope that makes a lot more sense to you. And it makes sense to me, because then they can go take a look, right? And if they
Right,
qualify and sign up, it makes sense. If they don't qualify, I'm not in the mix anymore. I'm out of the mix, and I don't want to be in that mix, if that makes sense. Don't
sense.
try to be an expert at everything. Just try to give them we want to be educated, okay, on what we're pimping out there and what we're showing people. But we don't want to try to be experts, because we're going to get in trouble if we do that, if that makes sense, right? Just saying. Okay. Denise froze, so maybe I froze. I don't know. Stanley,
No,
what do you got?
No, Denise froze.
And Denise froze. All
I'm
right.
So you guys
freezing.
take that under advice, because we don't want to be complete experts at what we do. We just want to give the best information we can. Okay.
Well, yeah, because we don't have the licenses and stuff to
And
be
now
tax
he froze.
experts. And yeah, I don't want to get in trouble.
Internet's just not.
Oh, did we lose? We lost her, huh?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Okay, Stanley.
I don't see on my Trello board anything that has to do with this ERC.
It's not going to be on there. It's going to be in Cash Network Direct.
Okay.
Okay. That's the other reason I wanted to meet tonight, because Cash Network Direct is a link, or excuse me, ERC is a link in Cash Network Direct.
Yeah.
Yes.
And people have been confused about that. We don't have a link for the watch except for when you sign up. Cash Network Direct is the ERC, and the PPPS is the Trello cards, right? That's how you sign people up.
Mhm.
There's 3 different ways.
yes,
And
Okay.
it's confusing. I get it. I know it.
So I'm looking at my inventory of a list of boards, And I don't see anything that has PPPS on it. So what is it called?
That's what it's called, PPPS Trello board.
Yeah, PPPS.
We can get you access to that, I believe, can't we, Peter?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, Sherry, I'm depending on
Sherry
you.
can get, yeah, Sherry can get you access to that.
I'm making a note right now, Stan.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Robert, what's up?
Just clarifying, I'm pretty sure that the question being for the PPPS, three Ps, right? For the three Ps, this is just strictly a courtesy offer that we're extending not only to PPS people, but also friends and family. There's no commissions, nothing there, no strings, no ties to anything, right?
Actually, there is I don't want to call it a commission. We do get a little something. I don't remember how much or what it is, but we do get for the referral if they actually work. We do get something, but it's more of a courtesy for those students that want to do this and build their PBS and needed money yesterday than it is anything else.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, yeah, it's not something we want to market as such, right?
I would market it, it's actually 25 cents an hour.
Yep.
So if Robert, if you found someone, even if it's outside of the RRR 247 family
Mhm.
that wanted to do this, I mean, a lot of people do this. This is their jobs anyway, right?
Right.
You would be making a commission of 25 cents an hour for everybody you signed up.
Okay.
Yeah, for each hour that they work.
Yes,
That's it. Right, okay.
yes.
I think that's the first I've heard of that.
Yeah, and that's not a bad little commission, to tell you
No.
the truth.
No.
It all adds up.
Yeah, it all adds up. So if you had 10
Another
people
stream.
at 25 cents an hour, I don't know what that number is, but that's not bad. I got my calculator right here, but it's not working.
Well, 4 hours would be $1.
Yeah, $1.
Thank you, Robert.
Easy math, easy
10
math.
hours is $2.50. So, 40 hours is $5.
And the cool thing is, guys, is the PPPS, like you said, 4 Ps, is not going away. So we have plenty of time to get people that actually need something to do. They're stuck at their house with their parents or their kids or whatever they're doing, and all they can do is answer a phone. This is a great opportunity for people. You get 5 or 10 or 20 people in, you're making 25 cents an hour off of them. That's a great commission. That's an amazing commission, right?
Mhm.
So there's definitely an incentive for us to get people into the PPPS, right?
I
So
also-
I don't want
also
to
would like-
discount that. Go ahead, Sherry.
I
Sorry.
also would like to add that since there isn't a link, okay? Even if
she
you
is.
place them over there on the board in the right place, you need to have your picture on there as the, if you're an instructor.
The
so
person
that
that,
you can
yeah,
get
brought them
that
in.
few cents or whatever. You need to have your picture on the card
Yep.
that you send over there, okay?
Yep.
And you're
Yep.
supposed to, I believe, have the MSI picture also, I think. Isn't that right, Pete?
Yeah. So it's just get with the instructor, and if you got someone, just put your picture on there, put your MSI's picture on there. I always make a note in there that, hey, this is, so-and-so student, and then they take it from there. So, but I just want to be involved in that whole process. Like I got email today that, Terry and Robert are they're on their way, right? So I can keep track of that, if that makes sense. So anyway.
Mary?
Unmute.
Unmute.
Okay, thank you. My sister's on the Trello board, and I think it's not a picture, it's my initials. Do I need to change that?
Yeah, if you're an instructor or an instructor in training, you do. I
Okay,
believe. Yeah.
I'll
Hey,
try
but
doing
Mary,
that.
yeah,
Huh?
but Mary, at the end of the day, you're recognized, so they know it's you. They do want a picture on there, but they know it's you. So you're fine.
Okay,
Does that make sense? Yeah,
yeah,
you're not missing out on anything. Believe me,
okay.
I made sure of that. And we've got an extra person in there. I don't know how we figured it out.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah, so you're fine. You are definitely fine.
Okay, I want to touch on just one more thing before we get off. That if you're having trouble with your site and it's a virus issue, you need to let your instructor know so it gets on the right board. My site just got affected tonight. So I can't get onto my site or back office or anything.
Mine did too.
And so it's hitting out. So let your instructor know with the instructions what it's doing, because Matt needs to know what's going on with, your site. I don't want to have to prove I'm a robot, but that's, but I just figured, I think it's starting to happen a little bit more and it's spreading, because I think there's like 209 people on that board already.
It's 221 now. I think Sharon just told me.
Yeah, then it's growing. So let your instructor know so that they can move it. And then
And I
they'll
wanna
get,
say-
then they'll get notified when it's fixed and they'll bring it back to you. Go ahead, Julie, because I think you had a question in the chat.
No, I'm sorry. I'm
Peter, will
sorry.
you notify him with
here-
mine?
Yeah, and I have.
Okay,
But
that was
I
what
want to say something else is don't try to keep opening it. Do
Mm-mm,
not,
no.
because you're going to get in trouble. If you
Yep.
Okay.
if you open it one time and there's a problem, stop everything
Yep.
at
Okay.
that minute and get to either me or someone and say, hey, move my card or whatever we're doing. Do not try to open it again and again and again. That's going to cause
Okay.
a lot of problems.
Yep.
So until they say it's fixed, and I heard that he's trying to get it all fixed by today or tomorrow, and he's going through the servers first, and
Yep.
then he's going to go back through all the cards and try to go through those. Once he goes through the servers, everything should be fine. But until that, just do not try to open that over and over and over. You're going to cause a lot of problems.
Okay.
So, yeah, I moved yours over. There was 3
Thank you.
people on my list today that I moved over. And yeah, this is not fun, but I mean, a lot of it was internal too. So,
Yeah, mine's an internal server error.
yeah. So it's not just other people that are hacking it. It's people are downloading things they shouldn't download. And that could have been me. I don't know, right? Hopefully it wasn't, but
Yeah.
anyway.
Well, if you run your viruses, your malware, everything, I go through it every Monday to clean your cache on your Chrome and stuff like that. You cannot be
Be careful.
I sometimes do it 2 or 3 times a week because I'm on the computer all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a good thing to get in a habit of doing.
And try to run a boot scan once a month at the least. Actually run a core boot scan at least once a month.
I'm not familiar with that.
It runs a boot scan on your hard drive itself, not just Windows. So it scans your core files
Oh, okay.
without
What's that
Windows
mean?
running. It does it before Windows starts up, so it catches the stuff that your malware doesn't get.
Ah,
It's a root program. It catches your root files. It catches Trojans and viruses and stuff in your root files.
Yeah, it's just a more thorough form of scan.
Yeah, it's very thorough.
yeah, mine doesn't like Caputa, so.
None of them do because they use types of software that can be considered Trojans and can be considered malware.
Mine
to-
also doesn't like those, was it Side Hustle? Those other ones, my computer just won't let me do it.
Yeah.
So,
Dan, do you have another question?
Yeah, I do. I was just wondering that thing that I mentioned to you today,
Uh-huh.
that I couldn't log into my PBS,
Yes.
and then it went away and it let me in. I just wondered, did he have the server? Did Mike? I guess that's his name.
Matt.
Oh, Matt. Yeah. Did he have that server down for a short time?
It's possible. I don't really know. But you said you let me know that it was fixed, and I don't think if it had been something really bad that it would have been fixed that quickly. I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't turn it in. Stan.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you didn't, because I was surprised that I got in. But anyway, so I'm just wondering if that oops that I saw on there was, that Matt was working on the server or something. Because I've never had a problem getting into that website.
Yeah, and like we were saying, he's been working on them for weeks.
Yeah.
And so you may get in and out. I put my card over 3 times in the last couple weeks. So it just is what it is. And like I said, just don't keep opening it, right? Okay, Robert, one more question and then we're gonna let everybody take a break and get to the next one. What do you
Not a
got, Robert?
question. I just checked my site and it's down.
Okay.
Suspicious activity, so please file me.
So frustrating.
It is
Yes,
frustrating.
sure.
It was working previously.
I know, and like Penny said today in our group chat is, guys, we use Google Docs if you want to write something, and a lot of times the admin or the back office works, but not the regular site. So I don't have you a problem trying to click on your admin, but don't click on your regular site at all.
Well, my admin's down
I
too.
can't get on my
Yes.
admin either.
yeah, mine is.
Well,
too.
then just plan
Just
B,
leave.
right? Plan B is
Yep.
go to Google Docs.
My server's
right.
completely down. That everything that's on my server that's being hosted is completely down.
Yeah, and
So-
I'm all good so far, knock on wood.
yeah, knock on wood, please, because
We
most of
were
it-
till today.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and yeah, I wish
Till
I had the
today.
answers, guys, but I just do not. I'm not Matt, right? I'm not
Yeah.
smart. I'm not.
Well, they're
that smart.
working on it. They'll get it fixed.
They'll get it
Yeah.
fixed.
You
It'll
How
be
will
okay.
we
Don't worry
know
about
when we can get back in?
What,
Kim,
Kim?
would you unmute? Are you upset?
Can't hear you.
gotta Unmute. Oh, you're trying to unmute. It won't let you. Ah.
Yeah.
My mouse died. I done
what?
put 3 different batteries in it and they light up and then it goes right out. Light up, goes right out. And I'm like, so now I gotta go buy a stupid mouse. And
Well, I
it's
saw your
not like I
sad
can't get
face,
the
so I
cats to
had-
catch a mouse, but now I gotta go buy a mouse.
Gee.
Okay, let's all say, oh.
Oh.
All right, guys, that was awesome. I really enjoy this because I think we get a lot accomplished, especially with the question and answers, and especially with all the help of everybody here. You know, I really appreciate all your comments and all your insight. You know, we don't know everything. We're learning all together, and I think we're having fun doing it. So I appreciate everybody coming in here. And I know that, you know, Dr. Sabari was on his still tonight, which is always interesting, but I think we get a lot accomplished. And so at the end of the day, we're going to cut this off. But if you guys have any other questions, you guys know who to call. You guys know who to Skype, who to text.
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
Ghostbusters.
Right? I mean, James, you remember my text, my phone number, don't you?
Yeah, yeah.
We only talked 3 times today, so.
I need your number, Peter.
Hi, Linda.
Anybody
I'm
that
sorry,
wants
we're-
to have like a watch connecting party before Saturday, y'all let me know because I'm gonna redo mine altogether. So if anybody
I don't
knows
get it till
completely how to do
Saturday.
it,
I do.
well,
John
John, you
does.
should like give me a call or something because I had some issues and I know a couple of places that I know what they were, but I was able to update it and all that stuff. But anyway, you or Penny one that's been able to get it done. I want to get it done. I don't want to wait till Saturday to get it done because
Okay.
I'll never get my word in edgewise. So, because Roy knows I
I
talk too
just
much.
want to say hello and goodbye to Linda. She just joined us. I knew she was going to be late.
Hey,
And I'm
Linda.
sorry, we're not leaving because you joined us. We're just leaving to start.
Hey, Linda.
Yeah.
So we're happy.
You
to
can
see
watch your
you.
recording in about an hour.
Great.
Oh, that's too funny. That's too funny. Okay, kids. Love it. I'll talk to you all later.
All right.
I
Good
love
night,
you guys.
everybody.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night.
Good night.